Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thought I'd just do a quick get ready with me. We just have a little chin wag. It's going to be a little bit rambly, but it's okay because it goes with my channel name. I haven't done a makeup routine for quite a while, so I think it'll be interesting. I've been going for a more e-girl vibe, you know, trying to be in trend with the young people. I'll tell you some of the products that I'm using and stuff, but I'll mainly just list it in the description down below and we'll just chat shit. First thing that I usually do with my makeup is, of course, my foundation. This is the Actilabs liquid foundation. And it is paraben free. All of the ingredients have been clinically proven to work and it helps with acne. It's got really fantastic coverage. Honestly, this is my new favourite foundation. My least favourite thing about it though is that it's so small and I wish it had more in it. But I do love it to pieces. It reminds me of the Urban Decay one so much and I'll always compare it to that just because it's so good coverage but it's so much cheaper, and I will never go back to, no offence, but like Boots or Superdrug or anything like that for foundation, just because I really see the quality difference now. But this is something I can actually afford to get monthly. I put on my foundation first, and the thing is, if I look down here, by the way, I'm sorry, it's because I have a mirror. Thing is, when I first got it, I got the wrong shade. You can get like samples so you can test it out. So shocker, the shade that I first got was far too dark for me because I'm a pale bitch. But now I've got a shade that matches better to my skin. Oh wow, it really does make a difference. Look at that. I feel like this eye looks so, you can really see the lack of sleep and stress in this eye, and then this one looks so healthy. I've been seeing a lot of messed up stuff on the internet at the moment and I just thought we'd talk about it a little bit. The first thing that I really wanted to talk about, to be quite honest with you, is what has been circulating all over TikTok at the moment. It actually makes me sick to my freaking stomach. I actually can't believe that something like that is circulating again. I really don't understand why people think it's okay to circulate things that are that traumatic, that can do some serious damage to other people's mental health, can even develop PTSD or trigger them or whatever. I just don't know how you can watch footage that is so dark and disturbing, where an actual human being's life has been taken, where someone feels so low that they feel the need to take their own life, and to do it on live in front of everyone on a live stream where his mum was watching as well. It's just so fucking sad, and I really don't understand how other human beings can re-upload that stuff, and they're putting it all over TikTok and they're hiding it in like cat videos and stuff, and just fun videos where you wouldn't think you'd see it, and then you accidentally come across it and you're traumatised for life. And I just think that is so wrong. It doesn't matter what age you are, seeing something like that will really traumatise you and just do a number on you, and I just don't think it's right at all. I don't know how you can't have empathy for the guy that went through it. People saying he's selfish and stuff for doing it on live stream, and I get it, but when you're in that mind frame, you're not really thinking about everyone else. You're just thinking that you want the pain to stop, and it's your only way out and it's your only option. You're not really thinking about who's going to find you or who's going to see or who's going to be traumatised by it. Do you know what I mean? You're not thinking about what you have to live for or anything like that. Depression is a terrible, terrible sickness, and it makes your mind do some crazy things. I just don't understand how you can make light of that and turn that into a joke and try and traumatise other people by sharing it around. And I understand that every human being has a morbid curiosity for these things, like when you're driving along the road and you see a car crash and for some reason you just can't help but stop and stare. I understand the curiosity about it, I totally do, because it's out of the ordinary. It's just in your human nature to want to see it, and I don't know why. I get it, like having to stop and watch a car crash, but for me, when I first heard about it on TikTok, the first videos that I was getting were people warning me all over my For You page, so I avoided TikTok for a good 2 days or so. I warned my sister, I warned my friends, just because I don't think it's fair to be blindsided like that and possibly have your mental health and life destroyed by seeing something like that. And you might say, oh, that's so dramatic, like you didn't know him, blah blah blah. But from what I've heard, it was very, very graphic. He was sat at a desk. If you come across it and you're blindsided by it, I'm not telling you this so that you can find it and you can look it up or whatever. I know there's going to be sick freaks that will look it up, but I highly recommend you don't. It's a white guy, middle-aged, sat at a desk, and he basically has a beard, glasses. I haven't watched the video because I only know the details because I was nearly tricked into watching it a few times. So that's why I'm telling you, just scroll immediately if you see something like that. I think it's stopped circulating so much now, but just in case, be careful out there, take care of yourselves. I do feel sorry for the guy from the gruesome things I've heard about the details of the video. It's horrific and it's unimaginable, and I don't even know what something like that would even look like, and I don't want to know. Don't look it up. Don't think you're cool that you can look it up and find it non-traumatic, because it's not worth the risk. He's a human being, or was a human being, and I think it's incredibly sad that it's circulating like that when he was clearly in a very, very, very dark place. On the internet, people are sick fucks, and it really makes me lose hope in humanity. I think it's sick as hell. By the way, what I'm using for concealer is the Actilabs concealer. Again, I had to get this in really pale. I couldn't tell you the shade name, but I've nearly run out of it and I'm really upset because this, again, is like really high quality. And you're probably sick of hearing me talk about Actilabs by now, but genuinely, I use this makeup every single day because it works for me, and I just feel so much prettier and more confident wearing it than I do my other makeup because it just like sweats off, and especially with these COVID-19 times, when you're wearing a mask, your makeup literally just melts off of your face, especially around my mouth. If I'm wearing a mask all day shopping or whatever, my makeup just comes off so easily. And at work I have a lot to do, so I always end up sweating hardcore because it's still quite hot, even though it's September. For some reason it's still quite hot in the UK, and you just don't want to be sweating off your makeup, you know. If I was wearing my old makeup, it would be a much different story, you know. As you can see, it's got proper full coverage. Look at that. Wow. I am sorry I haven't been posting much recently. It's just I've been having quite a difficult time with my mental health. I have times where I am drinking a Monster. Quite a hard time with my mental health, and I've had to take a few times off of work and stuff like that just because I have times where I'm feeling great and myself again and I'm getting on track, and then something triggers me, and now I truly understand the meaning of the word trigger, like truly triggers me, and I go completely downhill and all my progress is for nothing. But I know I'll get there eventually, and I'm hoping to make more YouTube videos, so comment down below whatever you want to see me do, because I really can't wait to come back and ramble again. What I use for bronzer, now this is going to sound really weird, but there's a reason I'm doing it, is I use a very dark foundation on my skin for bronzer, and I just put a tiny bit on the blender, and I basically blend it in and do my contour with that. And it's a very dark shade. It is very obviously not my skin tone, and I know it's weird to use foundation as a bronzer, but it really does work. And this is the Rimmel London Match Perfection foundation, invisible coverage, visibly perfected skin, and it's SPF 15, and it's in shade Caramel, which obviously nowhere near to my shade. I just do a few dots where I want to contour, and then I just gotta work it in until it doesn't look ridiculous. But I feel like it works way better than using actual contour stuff, and I don't know, I just had the idea and thought, I've always wanted to try this, like using a darker foundation to do my contour, because I feel like it'll just blend in better with my other foundation and look more natural. I'm not a huge fan of this foundation brand anymore, because this is the brand I used to use for my whole face until I found Actilabs, but I really do think it works quite well. I just have to really dab it in there, because I have noticed with this foundation it tends to just go all over the joint sometimes, and I do have issues with that. But with the Actilabs one underneath, it tends to stay a little bit better than it usually does. See? Do you see? Like, you can barely even see it, to be honest, on camera, but it just gives me a little more definition, and I just find it slightly easier than using powder, because powder I feel like I sometimes go a bit too overboard with it, but with this I feel like even when I do use too much, it's quite easy to blend it out because of the other foundation underneath. I know I'm a weirdo and I'm not doing it right, and I should be using like contour stuff, but to be honest, this is a new thing that really does work for me, and I've always wanted to try it out as an idea. I cannot stop making TikTok. It is some of my best content, I really think. I really do hope that Trump doesn't end up banning it in the US, or that it doesn't end up going the same way as vinyl, what it was before musically, because TikTok has truly gotten me through some rough patches this year. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I downloaded it just kind of because I was bored, and I was taking a month off of work for mental health, and I was in a really, really dark place, and I just thought, I'll download it for the fun. I ended up loving the freaking app, and now I use it non-stop. I think it's so hilarious. I love learning dances, even if I am rigid as hell and not good at it. But I just feel like it brings so much joy to me. I'm able to kind of just be myself on there and make self-deprecating jokes, and I feel like, I don't know, I get more engagement on my TikTok than I do on any other platform, including YouTube. If it does ever close down, I'm going to be super sad, because I really like it, and I didn't think I would like TikTok. I thought I'd be I thought I'd be too old for it, but I honestly really, really enjoy the dark humour on there. One thing I will say is TikTok does get a bit savage sometimes. Like at first, when I first joined, no one was ever really nasty or rude or anything like that, and I thought, wow, what a great platform. But I started to get a bit of hatred and stuff on there, but it was mainly from people that I knew in real life, so not really TikTok's fault. But you can get some harsh people on there. Like some of the men on there are complete bellends. They'll just take the mick out of girls who are overweight or weigh a bit more. They'll take the mick out of girls doing that thing where you make a TikTok and you're putting paint on your body and you'll touch the areas where you've been sexually assaulted, and you see guys on there taking the piss, and oh, it just reminds me how douchey some men can be. But other than that, TikTok is a great platform, and if you really want to go follow me on there, my name is, I think, Becca Rambles on there, or Becca Babbles. I think it's Becca Babbles. Hold on. Yeah, Becca Babbles. I use this dewy makeup fixing spray, and I can't actually read what it's called, but I got it from Boots, I think, or Superdrug, and I just fix that layer because I just like to make sure it's fully in place before I start doing anything else. So I use this bronzer, and it is actually from Poundland where I work, and you know what, it's really not that bad, to be fair. It does the job. I just put it on top of the foundation to set it type of thing, because obviously you don't want to put like translucent powder over it, because then it's gonna kind of take away some of the contour. It's called Good to Glow, and yeah, it's really not that bad, to be fair. Like Poundland makeup, I always thought when I was younger that it wouldn't really work, it would be crap, but it actually does the job. And considering I'm on kind of a budget now because I do have my own flat and stuff to deal with, it's a good alternative for those months where I actually can't afford expensive makeup, and it still does the job. It might not stay on my face very long or do the job very well, but it's definitely something that I can wear until I can afford like better makeup. So I just put that on where I've contoured, pretty much hit pan on that one, so that does prove to you that it's actually good, because if it wasn't, I would just throw it away. Oh my god, my nose looks brown. And then the next thing I'm going to go in with is, usually I would set with another Poundland powder, however now I've found my new favourite powder, and that is the Actilabs loose powder, and I really, really do love it. I usually just turn it upside down and shake it around a little bit to make sure all that powder gets on there, otherwise I feel like not enough goes on there. And I've never really used loose powder before, but this really is much better than just normal powder, I've found. So this is definitely a product that I'm going to continuously buy every month from Actilabs, because to be honest, when I first joined, I really didn't think that I was going to absolutely love their products. I thought they might be okay, but not great. But again, like Poundland makeup, it always surprises you. Of course, it's a million times better than Poundland makeup, but I am surprised by the quality and by how good it actually is. Oh wow, it's like some kind of ASMR. Or something else dodgy. So I just use this to kind of set everything in, go over it, and kind of take away some of that harshness when I've made a mistake like today. And I find that this powder just really keeps my makeup on all day long. It stops the foundation from just going absolutely everywhere when I'm having a long hard day at work and I'm doing a lot. Usually my foundation and bronzer tends to move around on my face and I end up looking like a clown. But once I've started using this, I find that that doesn't really happen at work anymore. It doesn't matter how much I'm sweating from working so very hard. Everything tends to stay in place now that I use this powder. So after that, what I will do is I will grab some blush, which again is from Poundland. I don't really use blush usually, and it's not really something that's part of my makeup routine, but the other day I thought I'm going to try that e-girl look, you know, where they put blush all on their cheeks and along their nose. It just looks really cute, and I just wanted to try it out. Oh no, look what I've done! And it works just fine. It's MUA Makeup Academy Professional Blush Perfection, and it's a cream blusher, which is, oh god, I just keep getting my fingers in it. It's kind of difficult to use on a brush because it comes out kind of weird, but I didn't realise it was cream until I bought it, but it's too late. It usually comes out a bit darker than I want, but we're going to try and work it in, and usually I'll smile like this to get my cheeks, and then I'll just go over the bridge of my nose just to make it all blend in so that I get that e-girl look. So I know that looks a little bit crazy right now on camera. It looks way brighter than it actually is in real life. I swear it's not that bright. But after I've done all the other steps, you'll see that it doesn't look that bad. And it's just, I don't know, it's something that really brightens up my face, just makes me look more alive. I feel like it looks really weird right now on the stage, but it just makes me look more human and flushed and a bit more colour to my face. I just think it's really cute, to be honest. I think I did do too much today, but it's okay. It's very hard to kind of know the ratio I'm doing sometimes. I'm just not good at makeup, but it's okay. I can kind of just blend it in, get it to look good, and in the end it does actually blend very nice in the face, and you'll see that with the finished product. So usually what I'll do is then go on to the eyebrows, and I use the Incredibrow Brow Kit, and I have been using this for absolute years from, I think it's from Boots or Superdrug is one of them. I don't know, I just find it really easy to use. Basically you get this little brush and I'll just use the end to do it. I used to use the middle shade here for my eyebrows, but now I kind of go for the darker shade. I just feel like it works better for me. Sometimes it can definitely make them too dark, but it definitely works for me. You can see that I've hit pan here. And then when I run out of the black, I'll usually move on here, and then it lasts me a very long time. These will last me a good year, maybe 2 years per palette, and I don't have to go and get new ones like all the time constantly. So that's why I really love this product, because I've been using it for years and I've only ever had to rebuy it like twice in like 4 years. I'm just going to do my eyebrows off screen because I need to focus. You can see the other day I went back in and I shaved my eyebrow again, just because I really like that whole aesthetic of having a shaved brow that I kind of got from TikTok. I'm kind of just turning into like a TikTok teenager these days. I'm just going with the trends that the young people are doing. This really does look crazy on camera, but I promise you in real life it doesn't look that bad. So next what I go in with is highlighter, and again I'm using Poundland highlighter, but basically this came out around Valentine's Day and it was in my section that I was working, and I tried a bit on my skin and I thought, wow, that's gorgeous. And because it's only £1, I thought, why not try it? Even if it doesn't stay on all day, I can reapply it all day long. It's not like it costs like 40 quid. But this is my favourite highlighter I have ever used, and that's insane because for £1 that's pretty incredible. I've already hit pan very deeply on it, and I'm definitely going to use it until the very last inch of it. But I am honestly impressed with the quality of this, to be quite honest with you. Wish I'd bought like 3 of them now so that I could just continuously use it. So I'm going to be sad when this runs out because it's no longer a line that we do, because it's obviously Valentine's Day. But damn, like Poundland, don't sleep on them. Like if you're on a budget and you can't afford to go out there and get like really high quality products, I definitely recommend going to your local Poundland and giving it a look, because you can actually get some really good products in there, and I'm very surprised by that. I always was such a snob and I'd think I would never go to Poundland for makeup, you know, I've got to get that high-end stuff. But you can really make it work. If you are somewhat good at makeup anyway, you can kind of make any product you use work. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely products that are bad and won't work for you no matter what, but this tends to stay on the face pretty well. It's just all about knowing how to set it right, using the right other products to complement it, and just knowing how to keep it on your face with setting spray and stuff like that. And yes, I do use a lot because this girl loves to glow. We're going to go for a really daring, bold look today, we are. See that glow? Look at it. Like, damn girl, I just think it's absolutely incredible. I'm in love with it, dude, honestly. Next step that I usually do is I will draw on freckles all around here and around my nose and just all on there. I'll usually draw them on with this brow pencil that I have. This is actually from Primark, wow. really spending the big money. Dots, I'll sharpen it, do little dots, and then I will kind of tone it down by dabbing it in with my beauty blender to make it look more natural and real. And I've actually had a lot of people at work be like, are those your real freckles? Because sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. And some people take the mick out of me when I do it. It kind of depends how you do it. You can make them look realistic, but I think freckles look really cute. So I'm going to go and put these on behind camera because, again, I need the concentration because I like them to look symmetrical. Look, you can literally barely see it on camera, but I've got little freckles and I just blend it in. It looks really natural. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I think it looks really natural and nice. I wish I had freckles there forever. The next step that I will usually do is I will now go on to my eyeshadow. 2 palettes that I'm going to be using today is this Revolution palette, which I've had for quite a while. Proper cheap, but works really nice. As you can see, I use some shades more than others, and it's just a nice kind of pinky palette. I'm definitely into pinks. I just think they work with anything. Like, I can wear it to work, I can wear it anywhere. They're just very calm tones for me to be wearing, but I can do a few looks with this palette. Then I'm going to be using this palette that my friend gave to me, so I can't really tell you like where it's from or anything like that, but it's this one. Can you see that? Yeah. And I've been using this recently. My favourite shade on this is definitely the highlighting shade, and I use it on the corners of my eyes, sometimes on my nose, or I'll go over my highlighter sometimes, even though it's not really needed. And I also really love this dark shade here, so I tend to only use those 2 shades if I'm quite honest with you, but combined with the other palette it works really well. The first thing that I'm going to go in with will be the shade in this palette. Whoop. And this is going to be this dark shade here, the little brown. I will be doing on the crease here and blending in, just as like a thing to blend in the rest of the pinks. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Take a little bit of that shade and then blow off the excess. It's going to look a bit crazy at first, I'm telling you. I'm going to have to use my mirror too, so sorry about that. One thing I do want to talk about is how some girls think it's okay to shame other girls for doing OnlyFans, and wow, that does look really bad. And I think that is so wrong. I really do not understand the need to be shading girls for being confident and sexy with their bodies and for making an honest income from doing that. We live in a very sexualized society anyway, and so doing stuff like that, I say take back the power. Women are sexualised all day, every day anyway. We're constantly dealing with sexual assault. You know, a lot of us have trauma from that kind of things, and just taking back the power and earning money from it and being confident in your body and your sexuality as a woman is so important. And I really respect women that do OnlyFans and that go on there and are proud of their bodies and just stick it to other people. I have never really understood why other girls feel the need to put other women down. Even, you know, when I had a boyfriend and I'd see him, and this is not trying to shade, but I'd see him like looking up other girls for OnlyFans and stuff and looking at other girls on Instagram. I never got angry at the girls for doing it because they have no idea he's looking at their stuff and they're just being confident in their bodies. They're just being great, powerful women. It's not their fault that your boyfriend is being that way and looking at their stuff. So if you're shaming women for that reason, it's like, stop being so petty, because you need to be talking to your boyfriend, not putting down these women who are just going about their business and just making a living from how men like to sexualize women. And I'm not saying all men are like that, but majority are. Oh my god, that looks really dark. But you know, I'll never understand like taking that out on others. Embrace your sexuality, be proud of who you are and your womanhood and your body, because women are fucking beautiful, dude. And I know I'm bi, so I'm a bit biased, but I really think it's a beautiful thing. And you know what, I think it's actually a respectable profession, and we need to normalise things like that being a respectable profession. It's not cool to put people down for the job that they're doing, and as long as they're a consenting adult and they are happy with what they are doing, I don't see what the issue actually is. The whole idea of calling a girl a slut and stuff like that is just so outdated these days. Like, girl power. We need to stop calling each other sluts and stuff when men do that enough behind our backs as it is. We need to take back the power and be proud of ourselves. If it's okay for a man to be talking about his sex life and all the things he's accomplished and all that, and be acting like some kind of hero for banging a chick, then we need to also do the same thing. Normalise having women being proud of their sexuality and flaunting it. Why does this not look right? I don't get it. You just need to live your life for what makes you comfortable. As long as you're comfortable with doing it, you don't care who sees it, you don't care that that's the way you make money, you go ahead and be proud of yourself, sis, because I'm proud of you. And I've actually thought about doing OnlyFans myself quite a bit, but I think it's just the ridicule and certain people in my life coming across it that makes me uncomfortable. But in a way, I feel like I'm confident enough for that now, to be like, I'm old enough to do this. Doesn't make me a bad person for wanting to do it. Like, I'm 25, if I want to do this, I'll do this. So sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready to sign up for it, and then I'll back out. So just look out for that in the future. If you're interested in an OnlyFans from me, let me know. I'm going to go in with this highlight shade, and I'm just going to pop it on the inner corners of my eyes. Do a bit on the tip of my nose because it just looks cute. Ta-da! What we're going to do, rather than using this palette actually, we are going to use another eyeshadow that my friend from work gave to me. And it's like a cream eyeshadow, and it's very, very glittery. Can I even get that on screen? I'm just going to put that all over the eyelid here and kind of blend it in with the brown tones, and that's my eyeshadow done. So that's my eyeshadow look done. As you can see, I've gone for a simpler look today, just 2 shades, because I can't be bothered, to be honest. The almost last stage of my makeup is putting on my eyeliner, but this is Makeup Gallery again Pro Liquid eyeliner, and it's from Poundland. Once again, pretty skint this month. Gotta do what I gotta do. I'd rather have a great foundation and a base and all of that stuff so that I can work with cheaper stuff on top, because I think it's all about the base of your face that makes the look good, and also how good you are at makeup, which I'm not great at makeup, but I'm alright. Ta-da! So I really don't think it looks bad. I've done a little black love heart here, 2 lines in the middle. I really like that look. I don't know why, there's just something about it. And then I've done a little cross there because, to be honest, the love heart was just too difficult. Then I'm gonna do my hair. I've done my mascara and the flicks on my eyes. I went standard because why not? I've added a little fixing spray, and that is my look. So as soon as my hair's done, we'll wrap up this video. But as you can see, it really doesn't look quite as crazy once it's all pulled together. I still look quite rosy, but I kind of like it. Maybe I'm too old to be doing stuff like this by now, but I think it works. And I love it. So thank you very much for watching. That is the end of today's video. I hope that you like this makeup look. This is just something that I've been experimenting with lately. And you can like, comment and subscribe. I make new videos every single week, or at least I try to. You can turn on the notification bell to get notifications for every single time that I do bother to upload. And if you look in the link in my description, you'll have my Actilabs link where you can look at makeup and products that I sell. It would be great help if you guys could look at that. I've been trying to promote it a lot recently, and I really do enjoy their products and think they're great. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace!